So how are you? How you doing? How are things in New York?
Let me see. Things are great today.
Yeah. Okay.
Things are great. A lot of work, which is something it's always positive. Uh, New York, presenting music. New York, letting people know that I'll be back very soon for a concert. Um, and it's been great for the past couple of years.
Well, you're all over the place. Even driving over here on 8th Avenue, I just happened to look to the side and I saw a record store, and there's a whole
Really?
window there with your picture on it, with your album cover on it.
With Welve.
Exactly. How do you feel when you see something like that? Your album that it's doing so well.
Well, it took us almost 2 years to record this album. But I was not going to release it until I was completely satisfied with the final product. And today the audience is, let's put it this way, they are the boss. And 500,000 copies in the United States, 6 million copies worldwide. It's flattering. It's beautiful. Why? Because of the fusion I'm presenting. I'm presenting a little bit of who I am, of course. Spanish sounds, romanticism, and it's working out. I mean, to go to Bangkok, to go to Korea, to go to Europe, and see people dancing and enjoying a little bit of your culture. It's fascinating.
Tell me a little bit about how your music has evolved. This is your fourth solo album,
Mhm.
right? Compare that. How was the first album, Ricky Martin, and now Vuelve? Tell me about your changes and your evolution in your music, and your
Okay,
interests.
the first album as a soloist was recorded when I was 19 years old. Um, Very romantic, I must say. A lot of quality, successful as well. But I needed to stop for a little while and connect heart and mind. Who are you, buddy? Where do you come from? What is it that you want to do for the rest of your life? Okay, romanticism has to be there. But you're coming from Puerto Rico, very small island, very influenced by Europe, very influenced by the United States, very influenced by Latin America. Let's use that. Let's present ourselves as who we are. And today, my music is fusion. I cannot say it's romantic. Yes, we have a little bit of that, but we have the danceable stuff. Today, I'm recording my English album, and I can say that I have found my sound very particular. I'm not changing what I've done in Spanish because I'm recording in English. Only the language is going to be different. Because I've come to the conclusion that, hey, music is here to break boundaries, and it's all about the sounds, and it's all about the freedom that you can present when you're on stage and recording the album as well. That reflects. And
Now, I want to ask you about that. I want to ask you about that English album in just 1 minute. But before
Okay.
that, I read that you said that when you were in Menudo that it was a great learning experience, but that you felt very restricted in what you could do. How did that experience influence you? Do you feel that you need to be very independent now? You take charge and look after all aspects of your music, or do you still try to bring other people and other ideas in?
I think part of success is to be willing and to be able to listen to advice. I think that is very important. I am surrounded by great people, very creative. But at the end of the day, I'm the one in front of the cameras. I'm the one that's out there selling, not selling, but selling my feelings. Let's put it that way. Yes, when I started in the music business, I was 12 years old, and I was part of a concept. It was really good, but we had to do what it was set to do. Today, good or bad, well, I'm the boss, and I love it that way. I'm not a control freak. I just like responsibility, which is different. I like to feel the weight in my back. I'm not into sharing the stage with anybody. I like being on stage, standing firm, and once again presenting myself as who I am.
Okay, and now you're moving. You're continuing as a solo act,
Mhm.
as you say, but now you're going to be doing an all English album.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how that's going? Tell me, you've recorded already, right?
We've been recording for the past 2 years. We are taking our time. I'm working with Desmond Child, someone that has worked with Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, Kiss. It's not that I'm gonna go into rock now, but he's Cuban, so he has the best of both worlds. Rob Rosa, Emilio Estefan, people that I admire, people that know me.
What kind of songs have you been recording? What's this album gonna sound like?
It's very particular. It's pop, but it's very unique. Very Spanish, I must say.
Are we gonna be dancing
You're
to
gonna
your
be
English
dancing a
song?
lot. You're gonna be dancing a lot. Very romantic as well. That classic rock guitar is present because I grew up with it, but the Spanish guitar is also there. So
Who do you listen to, both in English and in Spanish, when you're not singing? What CDs do you have at home? Like this month, what CDs have you been listening to?
I have Paul Simon. I have this compilation of Cuban rhythms that I think it's fascinating, but oldies from Cuba that I'm very attracted to. I have Journey. We go back to classic rock. What else am I listening to this month? You see, that's the way it goes. You got to listen to a little bit of everything, and you got to learn, and you got to be willing to. You got to grow.
Yeah, Journey's great. I love Steve Perry. But let me ask you, you're going to be playing Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Madison Square Garden. They're not very modest there. They call themselves the world's most famous arena. How do you feel about that?
I'm ready for it. The last time I was in New York City, I performed in Radio City Music Hall, and it's history. It was fascinating, but I need a big arena. The concert that I'm presenting at the moment, it's a big stage. It's a big stage. We're talking about 50 musicians to start with. At the end of the show, 15 strings show up on stage. A lot of it's very theatrical, I must say. A lot of scenery changes, and I with my feet on the ground and with a little bit of humbleness, I must say that it's very competitive. It's a concert that has been seen by a lot of people, and I needed New York to be part of it, to be part of this tour.
Are you excited, nervous? I guess you don't get
I'm
nervous.
anxious.
Do you get nervous?
It goes beyond that. It's anxiety, I must say. It's just wanting to do it. I've been working for a long time in this concert, and it's just wanting to be out there with the Lions.